So it's been reported that Liverpool forward Mo Salah, who has a year left on his contract, is willing to leave on a free next summer and would even consider moving to another Premier League club, as he would rather stay in England than move abroad.
That's certainly a talking point, Natalie, because some Liverpool fans have responded by saying that the club should just cash in and sell now. But with rumours that Sadio Mane may be moving on to Bayern Munich, it could mean a difficult summer for the Reds.
Yeah, so let's just read out some of his stats, shall we? 254 games he's played at Liverpool, 156 goals and 58 assists. He's been the Premier League Player of the Year once and also a 3-time Golden Boot winner. And he's also won the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, the League Cup, the European Super Cup and the FIFA Club World Cup. So again, not in terms that he hasn't won as much as Gareth Bale, but he has won everything there is to have won pretty much. I mean, you've raised the issue there, Ali, when you talk about Sadio Mane. Looks like he's on his way out. Could it be conceivable that both could leave this summer?
You know what, Ali and Natalie, I've had this argument with a few of my friends who are Liverpool fans, and they don't rate Mane. And I'm having this argument with them, and I'm saying Liverpool allowing Mane to go next season will cost them the title.
You reckon?
Yeah, because Haaland signing for Manchester City, they're becoming stronger. You're going to let Mane leave. Yes, you've got Diaz and Jota, but they're not going to get Mane's numbers. Mane's a goal scorer. The threat he gives Liverpool going in behind, making unselfish runs.
Are you suggesting he's more important than Salah?
Not more important. I say they're both as important as each other. You know, Salah, they can't lose. Mane, they can't lose. Yes, Liverpool have always had good recruitment, bringing in players, but the numbers that Mane gets, the threat he gives opposition defenders, you know, that helps free up more space for Salah. So for me, first of all, Mane leaving is ridiculous, and I don't blame both of them, Ali, Mane and Salah. The numbers that they're getting year in, year out, they want paying what they deserve. You know, if they're seeing Haaland getting 400, De Bruyne 350, they're saying to their agents, on exactly what they're getting. You know, Salah's top goal scorer every season, so pay me what I deserve or I'll leave. It doesn't matter if people are like, 250 is enough. You're not going to, when you're fine on 250, players want paying what they deserve. Pay me or I'll go somewhere who will, like Bayern Munich will. Salah, another team in the Premier League, will pay him that.
Just to confirm, am I right in saying both of them have got 1 year left in the contract?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, they've got a decision to make. The business decision is simple. You offer them a 3 or 4 year contract, they take it, great. If they don't, you sell them. Simple. That's the business decision, right? Now, it's actually a little bit later than the correct business decision should have been made, because the decision should probably have been made a year ago to get a greater transfer fee for them, okay? So that, in terms of the business decision, I think it's relatively simple. You either give them an offer, if they take it, great. If not, you have to move them on. Footballing decision, that's the last thing. I can see those phones light up right in front of me right now, because that's not what the Liverpool fans want to hear, and of course it's not, because with the greatest respect, the business side of them is secondary to what they want to see in the pitch, and that's a winning football team, which is what they've got to a certain degree right now. Not to a certain degree, they've got that. 2 cups, obviously the season didn't finish the way they wanted it to, but they've been magnificent this season. They have been magnificent. Would the Liverpool fans accept financial gain in terms of selling Salah and Mane and maybe having to bite the bullet for 2 years? I'm not sure they would. I mean, the one thing about Liverpool, I would argue that their recruitment has been as good as anybody's in the country. When you're looking back to Alisson, going back to Van Dijk, the 2 lads up front, even bringing in Jota and Diaz, who have been absolutely tremendous, I think. So it's a big time for Liverpool this summer. It really, really is. City clearly are not standing still. I think they'll continue to improve and they'll continue to strengthen, and Liverpool will want to do the same, but they are in danger of losing 2 of their real prized assets.
Look at Kevin De Bruyne, Ali. On fire. What does he do? Negotiate his own contract for what he wants. Signed, done. Thank you very much. You're ours. Mane and Salah are probably thinking, it's quite easy. You obviously rate me and appreciate what I've done for the club and the numbers I get. You give me what I want or I go. It's quite simple.
Isn't that the difference, the value that they put on these players? And City clearly thought whatever Kevin De Bruyne wants, we'll give him because he wants it. So there's obviously an impasse between Salah and Mane at Liverpool, because they have been in contract negotiations for quite a while. The question is, if you, from a Liverpool perspective, if they can only have one, so one has to go and one they can keep, who is it?
It's a hard question, because equally they're both similar. Do you know what I mean? They both get the numbers, they get the goals, both in the 100 club Premier League goals. Ali, it's hard to choose. I feel both of them are outstanding players, and if you ask Liverpool fans, but they'll probably be half and half. Half will say Mane, half will say Salah, because they're both goal scorers, both suit how Liverpool play. Trent Arnold gets the ball, they're both making runs in behind. You know, they just know how to play the Liverpool way. So for Liverpool to risk letting them go for small fees, maybe 25, 35 million, what's it going to cost them to replace them? You know, you talk about the money that they're asking for.
And who?
Put that over 4 years, it's going to end
out
up
there that
be cheaper than 100 million on a player.
There is Robert Lewandowski. Is that an option that they would go for? Because he's suggested that he wants to leave now Bayern, and if Sadio Mane is coming in, is that a deal to be done there?
Can be. I mean, Origi's left. Firmino's not been in good form. You talk about Mane going. Maybe Liverpool might look at it, and we've got Jota, Diaz. Maybe we need a striker now. And I said this about a month ago, and I was getting laughed at online for saying Liverpool need a striker, Ali. Haaland has joined Manchester City, and Liverpool do need a striker. Yes, they've scored record goals this season, Ali, but you don't stand still, do you? Like Man City haven't stood still.
Yeah.
They've brought in Haaland, natural goal scorer. And Liverpool need a striker. So if Lewandowski's available, I'd go and get him all day.
I think so.
Well, you know what I think of Lewandowski. I think he's absolutely top class, and he's nailed his colours to the mast that he isn't wanting to leave Bayern probably at the end of the season. So he'd be a fit anywhere, Gab. Lewandowski's just one of these players that would be a fit anywhere. They would probably change their style a little bit. Although Liverpool, the wonderful thing about the two best teams in the country, Liverpool and Manchester City, they're just as brilliant as they are. They're both very different. You know, I love the way Liverpool can mix it up. They go long. They're not shy at all. Maybe playing a diagonal, Robertson to Salah, Trent to Mane on the other side, but at the same time they can attempt to pass through you as well, where City are more, you know, they try to pass the ball through you and score some wonderful goals.
But Ali, can you understand? I know people are going to say, yes, you know, they're being greedy, what's wrong with 200 grand a week, 250, but if you're a player and you're year in, year out getting the numbers, double figures Premier League goals like Mane and Salah are, you want what you deserve, don't you, Ali? You want the going rate. If you're Salah, how many did you get 23 goals again this season? Give me what the top paid players in the Premier League are getting. If De Bruyne's getting it, it's not my fault that Man City have got richer owners. That's not my fault. You can afford it. Do you know what I mean? They're rich owners, Liverpool. Give it me, or I'll go. And they're going to end up losing him on a free, maybe.
Well, John has been in touch with a tweet quickly. He says, you're absolutely spot on, Ali. Klopp has his targets and can tell you now he'll be bringing in replacements. They'll turn them into the same as Mane and Salah. They're sort of standards that he brought them to. He took them to the next level, he says. And maybe he'll be looking at the lad from Benfica. That's that Darwin Núñez who had a fantastic season, didn't he? So
he's not going to be cheap.
No, I'm sure.
He'll probably be close to 100 himself, his age.
Goodness. I mean, that's the difference, is it, with Lewandowski and Núñez? It's the age, isn't it? That might be a...
It just frustrates me because I enjoy watching Liverpool's. As a neutral, I want to see Mane and Salah